I watched Vance McDonald, tight end for the Pittsburgh Steelers, number one tight end for the Pittsburgh Steelers, now that Jesse James is a Detroit Lion. And he was speaking about Big Ben Roethlisberger yesterday in very, very glowing fashion, talking about how Big Ben Roethlisberger is a bit different, and how the locker room, along with players like himself, are just raving about what they've seen from Ben Roethlisberger, all positives. But to me, I peeled something else from it. By him saying that, he didn't mean to. He was speaking glowingly of his quarterback. The flip side to it, however, was this. You're highlighting the fact that he was different than he was last year, which makes me think about, well, how different was he? What specifically made him look different now compared to what he was last season? And does that give credence to the argument of what Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell, and others have said about Ben Roethlisberger and his leadership with the Pittsburgh Steelers? That's what I peeled from it. What did you peel from it?
Well, listen, I've been on many platforms, including First Take and your radio show, and come on and said that, Big Ben has been part of the problem as well. We've been quick to dump on Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown, and rightfully so in various situations. But Big Ben should not be absolved from the issues that's been going on in the locker room with the Pittsburgh Steelers. One of my main issues with Big Ben in the past was, when he had a radio show and he would air, his quote unquote dirty laundry on the radio show, and those things should be kept in house. Calling out players in the media. That's a responsibility of a head coach, not your quarterback. Okay, So I think what you've seen now is that Big Ben is taking a step back, listen to the criticism that people have been saying to him out here, and he's ingratiating himself with the players in the locker room. Everything, if you've noticed this offseason, everything has really been quiet. The Pittsburgh Steelers have been flying under the radar. There hasn't been a lot of chatter, which I think is a great thing, and that's why I think the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to bounce back this year and get back into the postseason.
Doesn't that put more pressure on him to produce, though? Because with Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell gone, having missed the playoffs last year, if he misses the playoffs this year, that validates that they weren't really the problem. The problem, indeed, may have been him.
Well, yeah. I mean, listen. When you're a guy like Big Ben, who is a future Hall of Famer, that's going to be pressure on you all the time. And anytime you subtract a couple pieces, the caliber of Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell, and those are big shoes to fill. But if there's one thing we know about the Pittsburgh Steelers is this: one, they know how to draft and develop wide receivers, and they're going to do it again. Obviously, Juju Smith-Schuster stepped up in a big way with the team MVP last season. James Washington, who they drafted last year out of Oklahoma State, he'll be another guy that they're going to want him to step up in a big way. And then James Conner, although he's not Le'Veon Bell, was a productive running back last year. So they still have an elite offensive line. They got Big Ben, who's a Hall of Fame quarterback. The defense should be improved. Drafting the Devin Bush kid out of Michigan, I think will help solve some things on defensively. So I expect the Pittsburgh Steelers to bounce back in a big way this year.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.